Now let's see this. Given the table are A, B, C, D, E and the functional dependencies are given like this, decompose the table into B, C and F. Now before going ahead, we should find out what are all the candidate keys on this table. So if you observe this, C is there on the right side, D is there on the right side, E and A are there. So C, D, E and A are there. So only attribute which is not present is B. Therefore every candidate key is supposed to contain B. Otherwise there is no way you are going to determine that. So B should definitely be there. Let me find out if B itself is enough, which means if B plus can contain all the attributes, then B is the only candidate key. If I find out B plus, I am going to get only B, isn't it? Check that. I get only B, nothing else. So B cannot be the candidate key. So there cannot be any single attribute candidate keys for this. Why? Every single attribute candidate key should contain B, which means only B qualifies to be the candidate for candidate key, but then B is not the candidate key, and so we have to go for two attributes. Now even in two attribute cases also, you have to see that every candidate key should contain B. Therefore what are all the two attribute candidate keys possible? See, using 5 attributes we can get 5C2. 5C2 means 10. So 10 two attribute candidate keys you get, but then you need not check all of them because only candidate keys which contain B will qualify to be the actual candidate key. Therefore every candidate key you take which is having two attributes should contain B. So what are the possibilities then? AB, CB, DB and EB, right? Even though you can get AC and then AD, AE, CD, D, anything, you need not consider them. The reason is they don't contain B and you cannot derive B without having B in the candidate key. Got it? Okay. Now what about AB plus? AB plus is going to contain AB, and along with AB what do you get? Because of B you get C, because of C you get D, and because of D you get E, and because of E you get A. So A, B, C, D, E covered. So it can be the candidate key. AB is a candidate key. What about CB? If I find out CB plus, because of CB I'll get CB, right? And because of C I get D, and because of D I get E, and because of E I get A. So I got everything here. So CB can be a candidate key. What about DB? Because of DB I get DB, and because of D I get E, because of E I get A, and because of I cannot get C, is it? Yeah, because of AB I can get C, isn't it? AB is here and AB is there, so I got C. I got everything. So DB can also be candidate key. Now what about EB? If I find out EB plus, I am going to get EB, and because of E I get A, and because of AB I get C, because of C I get D. So I got everything. So it too can be a candidate key. So all these possibilities gave candidate keys. So what can we say? We have all these 4 candidate keys, but then we might have to check one more possibility. So what is the other possibility? Any candidate key containing 3 attributes. See, I didn't get any candidate key containing 1 attribute, and I did not check all the remaining, and I got these many candidate keys containing 2 attributes, right? Now I have to find out the candidate keys containing 3 attributes. Okay, and those 3 attributes should not contain either AB or CB or DB or EB, right? So I have to get 3 attribute candidate keys which should definitely contain B. Why? B is necessary to be present in any candidate key. Now I should get 2 more attributes, right? Now these 2 more attributes can be either A, C, D, E, isn't it? Now if you try to include any one of them here, let us say I have included A, that will become the candidate key, and whatever you add here, it is going to make a super key, not the candidate key, right? Or if you try adding C, again it becomes a candidate key. If you try adding D, again candidate key. E, again candidate key. Therefore there is no way you are going to get any 3 attribute candidate key. So only candidate keys are these 4. Whatever else you get, they all become super keys in case if they qualify to be keys. Got it? Okay. Therefore we have all of this. So now what are all the prime attributes? A, B, C, D, E, all the attributes are prime attributes. Even though it is not required here, let me add a point. When all the attributes are prime attributes, definitely the table is in third normal form. Why? Third normal form will not be satisfied only when a non-prime attribute determines other non-prime attribute. But when all the attributes are prime attributes, definitely the table is in third normal form. Or according to the formal definition of third normal form, every functional dependency will satisfy the second condition. What is the second condition? The right side should be a prime attribute. If all the attributes are prime attributes, then the right side will always be a prime attribute. Therefore, this table, even though it is not required here, I am just telling you, this table is definitely in third normal form. Now let's try to find out whether the table is in BCNF or not. Now how to find it out? Find out all the functional dependencies which are holding on the table and see that for every such functional dependency the left side is a super key. Now if you observe this, AB, the left side is a super key. Now what about this? C determines D, the left side is not a super key. Got it? It is just a prime attribute, not a super key. So what should we do? We should decompose the table in such a way that the left side should become the super key. Okay, now let's try to see. A, B, C, D, E is the table. Now find out C plus. Why am I finding out C plus? Because this is the first functional dependency I came across which is not a super key. Left side is not a super key. That is why I am finding out C plus. If I find out C plus, I am going to get C, D, E and A, where C is the candidate key, right? And which means C is going to take away with it D, E, A, D, E and A. Let C be there, therefore the other table will be BC. Now let's try to find out what are the functional dependencies applicable on both of them. So on the first table, the functional dependencies applicable are, one is C determines D and D determines E and E determines A. Now AB determines C cannot be applicable here, cannot be applied here because B is missing here. And similarly, what are the functional dependencies applied on this, that hold on this? Nothing. This cannot hold because A is missing, this cannot hold because D is missing, this cannot hold because D and E are missing, this cannot hold because E and R are missing, right? Therefore, no functional dependency will be applicable on this. So what can we say? That table is already in BCNF with everything else candidate key. If you have no functional dependencies to determine the candidate key, it is better you take the entire table as the candidate key. Got it? Okay. Now what about this side? Now we got C as the candidate key. What are all the functional dependencies that are holding? These three. Now out of which this functional dependency's left side is a super key, so no problem with that. But if you see this, the left side of this functional dependency is not the super key. Therefore, the table is not in BCNF. So again try to decompose the table by taking D plus. Why? This is the first functional dependency that I came across, because of which this table is not in BCNF. So I'll be taking D plus. So if I take D plus, what do I get? D and again E and again A, right? So which means D is going to take away with it E and A. So E and A are gone. Now what is remaining? C determines D. So let D be there in both the tables so that the intersection is going to be a candidate key for one of them. So the decomposition is lossless. Even here the decomposition is lossless and even here the decomposition is lossless. At every step whenever you decompose, I am seeing that the decomposition is lossless. Okay, now what are the functional dependencies that are applicable on each one? On this one, the functional dependency applicable is C determines D, and C is the candidate key and C is the super key. Therefore, this table is in BCNF. Now, what is the functional dependency applicable on this? One is D determines E and the other one is E determines A. Now, if you observe this, D is the candidate key, right, and D is the super key. Therefore, there is no problem with this FD. But if you observe this, the left side of this functional dependency is not the super key, which is E. So you are supposed to again decompose it. Okay, decompose this by taking E plus. If I find out E plus, I will be getting EA. Right? Now, what is the candidate key here? E is the candidate key, right? Which means E is going to take away with it A. Now what is remaining? DE. Let E be there in this table so that in the intersection there is a candidate key. Got it? Okay, now what are the functional dependencies that are applicable on this? The functional dependencies, one is E determines A and the other one is D determines E. These are the two functional dependencies which are applicable on these two tables, right? Now if you see this, the left side is a super key, therefore let it be there. So which means this table is in BCNF, and again the left side is a super key, so which means this table is in BCNF. Again left side is a super key, so this is in BCNF. So finally we got four tables. What are the four tables? One is BC, other is CD, other is DE, and other is EA, right? Now when you try to merge them, you should merge them in the order way in which I had split them, so that there should always be something in common. See, you cannot merge this one and this one, right? You have to merge this one with this one first, and then these two, and then those two. Got it? Okay, so anyway there is a way in which you can get the original table without any loss. Fine. Now what about the FD preserving? Now if you observe this, the FD set I finally got is E determines A, D determines E, and C determines D. So this is the FD set I got. From this FD set I want to see whether the original FD set is covered or not. Now if you observe this, E determines A is covered, and D determines E is covered, C determines D is covered, right? Now this one is not covered. Let me see if this one can be derived from this one, these three. So which means you are supposed to find out AB plus, and if you get C, then you can say that even this functional dependency is covered. But then if you observe this, from this FDs if I find out AB plus, I get AB, that's it, nothing else. Therefore this functional dependency is lost, right? So what can we say? This functional dependency is not preserved because of this decomposition, right? If you try to preserve this decomposition, if this FD, then you might have to add one more. Now the only FD which is not preserved is AB determines C, right? So this decomposition is lossless and all the tables are in BCNF, but then one of the functional dependency is not preserved. Got it? Okay.